Hey guys, Juan here from Impaktech USA, and today we are going to be installing a custom stunt tank on our 2023 Kawasaki ZX6R. The cool thing about Kawasaki is they're still one of the only manufacturers to utilize a one-piece gas tank on their new ZX6Rs, meaning this entire gas tank is made out of one piece. Other manufacturers use a plastic cover on top of their gas tank, and then once removed, you'll find out that the gas tank is very small. Most manufacturers utilize their gas tank space into two components. The first half will be the part where gas actually sits, which is the gas tank. The back side of it will be where all the electronics, air filters, ECUs will be located. So when you go to remove that plastic cover off and try making a stunt tank, you really can't, because the front piece is the only piece that you can remold, and the back piece is where all your electronics are at. Most people are just gonna remove their stock OEM tank, send it off to their tank builder, get it back, and reinstall it. Now for us, we wanna preserve our OEM tank just because it has that nice fluorescent yellow ninja on the side, and in case if we do need it for future builds. So what we did is we purchased a separate tank and we got that done, which we'll show you in a minute. But if you are gonna go our route, it's very important that you purchase the correct year tank for your correct year bike. So for example, an 09 through 12 is 1 year range, 13 through 18 is 1 year range, and 19 through 2023 is 1 year range. You cannot mix and match year tanks because there are specific components on the tanks that specific year utilizes. All right, now to show you this beautiful stunt tank that No Limit Motorsports located in Huntington Beach made for us. This is called the Britton Spec, and as you can see, it is beautifully fabricated. No chunky grinded welds are to be seen. Everything is bead rolled perfectly. The gas cap is reset beautifully. There's a very short lip here that isn't gonna hurt your stomach when you're doing stoppies, and they went ahead and painted it in a gloss black. The reason why we wanted to do gloss black is because if you ever want to use this gas tank in any other build, you can use it, and black is going to be the most neutral color, so you don't want to paint this red because maybe your next build is going to be a black and green bike, you know? So black is really neutral for us. And yeah, let me just show you some B-roll of this because it is really, really nice. Something that I would advise you guys is if you are going to be sending your gas tank to a builder, please make sure they have a really good reputation. I've heard so many horror stories of gas tanks coming back. All the welds are grinded off. It looks very, very hideous. As soon as you install it, the gas starts leaking out of the tank. Please make sure that you are going to somebody with a good reputation. And if it doesn't look anywhere close to this, I probably wouldn't go to them. Now you're also gonna wanna pick up some HT Moto grip pad. We love using this because it's super, super grippy. We use it on a lot of watercraft, ATVs, motorcycles. It's really indestructible. You need some of this because once you install the gas tank, you are gonna wanna apply it to specific sections so you don't roll off the tank when you're doing specific tricks like a podium. First thing you're gonna wanna do is remove your stunt seats. Before you do this, I would advise you to be low on gas. You don't wanna have a full tank and do this just because some of the gas might leak out of it, and it is gonna be a little bit heavier to pick up when you're reinstalling it. So please make sure to have the least possible fuel you can. Okay, now that we have the seats removed, all we're gonna do is grab a 4mm Allen key, remove this bolt, and then we can carefully remove this side plastic ferrite piece. We need to remove these two bolts here, but we have a GPR stabilizer on our bike, so first I'm gonna remove that. Our bolts came with the GPR. They are size 5mm Allens. All you're gonna wanna do is just remove these two bolts here, and then this should free up the top section of the tank. Now remove this electrical connector so that you are able to reach this 10mm nut. Now remove both hoses from both sides. Now we can remove the OEM gas tank and remove the gasoline hose underneath. Now, once you have the tank removed, make sure to place it somewhere where you don't mind gasoline hitting, preferably somewhere with concrete. So our new stunt tank actually only weighs 12.9 pounds, so a little under 13 when compared to the OEM tank, which we'll measure right now. Once more, just remember to have some sort of microfiber under here because it is going to be leaking a little bit of gas since there is gas on the fuel lines. And please do not forget this clip because you are going to reuse this clip. Now we're going to grab our custom built stunt tank. which is a lot lighter. We are just gonna redo the entire process. Now just make sure to put that orange retainer clip right back on the fuel line. Make sure that wired harness is out to the left, and then place the tank right back on the bike. Make sure to reconnect these hoses. Now before we reconnect these electrical connectors, please make sure to put in this 10mm screw in through here, because we cannot get the socket in once these connectors are in. Okay, now we can reconnect the connector. Okay, now we're just gonna reconnect these 2 bolts here so we can reconnect the tank to the bike. So now that we have everything screwed in, the tank is not gonna move out of its place, but before we put all the plastics on, let's make sure that everything's fine and we don't have any fuel leaking. So I'm gonna remove this cap and I'm gonna fill it up with 91 octane. So gas is in, we're gonna turn the bike on, make sure it's in neutral. And just check for leaks, that's the most important thing we're gonna do right now. Okay, so it looks like everything is solid. Now we're gonna reinstall the plastics. Reinstall your 4mm Allen. Okay, next up, we're just gonna put the seats back on. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is now we're gonna install the HT moto grip on the tank itself. I'm gonna use some scissors and a pen to be able to trace the perfect design. Then once we're done, we're gonna put a sticker in the midsection and we'll take it outside for a test ride. So before we apply the HT moto grip, grab a clean microfiber towel with some rubbing alcohol and just clean the top section of the bike. Now, there's a lot of different ways to apply this HT moto grip. Most people just cover the entire top lid of the tank with one solid piece. Others like to only cover section by section. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cover it section by section just because we still wanna showcase this beautiful tank and we don't want everything to be hidden. So we're just gonna rub this down, some rubbing alcohol, so the 3M adhesive on the HT Moto adheres properly. One of our sponsored riders, Jay Cruz, he actually has the design that we're about to do right now. So what we did is just grab a piece of foam, mocked it up, make sure everything was perfect. Then we went ahead and cut the HT Moto grip. Make sure that all the alcohol just dries off. Take off the 3M adhesive and then carefully put it on. Remember, you guys got like one try at this, so try to get it as perfect as you can. Now we have the secondary piece cut and we're gonna reapply that to the side. And again, just take your time when cutting these. You only get one chance and the HT Moto grip is a little bit pricey, so you don't wanna mess up. So that's gonna conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you wanna see anything else on our world famous Impaktech crash cage, our adjustable sub cage, easy pull clutch lever, mirror blockout plates, or our brand new for 2022, these awesome rear sets, make sure to check out impacttech.com. We are open Monday through Friday. Anything you guys need is on our website. Of course, we are the #1 industry leading crash cage company in the world. Thank you guys so much for the support. We've been killing it on our new TikTok page. Make sure to follow our TikTok. We have a video there that has about 3 million views already, so super grateful for that. Any other information, we'll link everything down in the description.